Hey, what's up? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you are, people. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Let's get up, let's get at it. Let's go live. Yo, people, it's the evening. The evening has descended upon us. I know I am normally up in the morning for the walk and talk, but we are here this evening here on the East Coast of the United States. I'm coming to you live from Maryland. I am real. This is not made up. I am not fictional. I'm not AI. This is live. Today is now December the 2nd. It's Tuesday. It is 5:46 p.m. Thank you for stopping in, people. Thank you for being a part of the walk and talk. Welcome in. I want to say, as you check in, as always, please let me know where you're checking in from, what time of day it is where you are. Please be a part of this process, because we got a good one this morning, people. This evening. This evening we're going to talk about asking better questions and why asking questions are so important. It's something that I just went through just today. It's something we go through very often on a regular basis, is asking questions, because asking the right questions will get us to a certain point. Are you asking the right questions? Are you asking questions at all? Are you asking questions that matter? Or are you just asking questions for the sake of asking questions? I want to touch on this today, because a lot of what happens in your life is not about the questions you answer. It's not about the questions that you seek solutions to. It's about the questions you ask. Because if we're not asking the right questions, we're not going the right direction, we're not going to arrive at our desired destination. Thank you for being here. Please, people, check in. As you check in, let me know where you're checking in from, what time of day it is where you are, afternoon, evening, morning, night. Please jump on. Let's be better, let's be bigger, let's be bright. Let's be a part of the movement, people. Let's start taking steps. As you know, always, what we discuss here is determination, destiny, discipline. We're going to do it today, and we're going to do it with intention, because it requires intention and attention in order to be able to achieve our goals. Also, guys, I got a little target down there. If we hit this donation goal, I will be running 5 miles on live this evening, guys. It's 10 targets, 10 donation goal. If we hit those 10 super chats, I will be running 5 miles. For those of you who are here often, you know I'm not a fan of running. And so, whether you like to see me do better or see me suffer, put it in so we can get it in. Thank you all so much for being here right now on this walk and talk. Remember, today we're talking about asking better questions. What type of questions do you ask? Why are you asking your questions? For a lot of times, for a lot of people, we don't ask questions. We spend so much time talking, so much time trying to be the one. And one of the things that I had to learn is that trying to be in charge versus actually being in charge are two different things. Vara, sounds very, very sad. My condolences go out. I understand they can be special members to the family. I'm very sad to hear that. Hope you and your family are doing okay. But thank you right now for being a part of this evening's events. I gotta clean my glasses. Thank you everyone for dropping in. Again, my name is Oloropo. I'm coming to you live from Maryland. A little snow today, didn't stick around much, but it is chilly tonight. Next one we may do a little bit more. I do enjoy snow. Don't be cold just to be cold, people. How you doing? Cybernetic organism. I am not the Terminator. Thank you so much for being here and asking the questions, though. Welcome to the chat, guys. Hope everyone has had a blessed day. Everyone is here. Today we're going to talk about asking questions. How, what to ask about, what are we looking for, and how to know whether or not we are asking questions for the purpose of our growth and our development, or whether or not we're just asking questions to say we've asked questions, right? A lot of people ask questions about, well, what should I do? Well, there's some questions you need to ask yourself, right? A lot of times you'll get questions like, hey, what stock should I invest in? What's the fastest way to get rich? It's funny. There was this skit that came out many years ago on YouTube, and it was if Google was a person, and people, and then it would have this man respond like he was Google to people's queries. And one of the funniest parts was there was this black man who would ask questions like, Superman, underwear on pants, why? And it was the dude was like, is that a haiku? He was like, what are you doing? Why are you asking questions like that? So that's what we're going to work on today, people. We're going to work on asking questions. We're going to work on the importance of it. We're going to work on the focus of it. And we're going to work on practicing doing it well. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being on the Walk and Talk. As always, remember what we cover here at BNV Finance Fixers starts with discipline. Before we start having discussions about investing, discussions about budgeting, discussions about purchasing stock, we have to understand you can know all the things that need to be done, but if you don't have the discipline to do them, it doesn't matter. So what we discuss here is discipline, first and foremost. And what we're going to do in this Walk and Talk is talk about how discipline, coupled with asking questions correctly, allows for you to be able to determine your destination and work towards it. This is what we need to do. And the questioning process can be a challenge for many. So again, thank you for being here. As you check in, let me know where you're checking in from. Let me know what time of day it is where you are. Thank you for being a part. I want you to know it is cold. Some decisions have been made, people. Some decisions have been made. Not all of those decisions have been, not all of those decisions are ones we're gonna clap about. Not all of them are decisions we're super proud about at the moment. But we live with the decisions we make and we move forward. Thank you guys for being here again. As always, guys, as always, make sure we show up with discipline, repetition, 4 pillars, repetition, patience, consistency, and perseverance, guys. We're gonna get it done today. Who do we have? Welcome in. Worries, worry no more. So guys, I'm out here on this walk. I want to let you know, I want to share something with you guys real quick about questions, about how they're asked, why they're asked, what's the intended outcome of those questions. So I'm working for this company, and during my time working for this company, I come up for a review. We're sitting down with leadership, and we're having this conversation. And during the time we're having this conversation, one of the things that became part of the conversation was a situation that occurred within the company. Certain expectations of performance, a task that needed to be taken care of, was passed between 2 different employees, and the timing just was missed. Like, it didn't get done on time. Customer was impacted. The team was impacted. And it was a pretty much negative experience all around. During this conversation, I had a leadership member come to me because, well, I was involved. I was a part of the situation. They came to me and they were asked, they shared what happened, right? They shared their knowledge of what happened, the outcome, how it impacted people. And I said, that's cool. I said, I understand. I says, let's make sure that we're doing better. And I have this line. It's not my line. It comes from someone else. But basically it says, my shoulders hold a lot of weight, right? Can't remember the whole lyric, but basically my shoulders hold a lot of weight. So, hey, this thing happened. Here's what we heard back from people about your part in it, about the part you played and to what degree you're responsible for what happened. Understood. I can take that. All right, let's make this better. Let's make sure we're taking actions to improve on that so that this experience doesn't happen again, so that I don't perform in this way and negatively impact the outcome and the situations for team members and clients alike. You have to make sure we're improving, we're taking the steps to make this thing right. Then the question comes, what's your side? Right? I want to hear your side. Why? Well, I was told what was happening, what happened. No, you were there, like you were part of it. You were, as they say, you were looped in. You were part of the conversation. You were there while it was transpiring. So, I get it, I understand. This is something that happened. We need to improve. You're having the conversation with me, which means I need to improve. I need to ensure, per the expectations for me, that I'm doing better so that the team does better. I'll take that. That's on me. Let's do it. Well, I want to hear your side. Again, why? Why? Dallas, Texas, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining the live stream. So again, I want to hear your side. Why? Well, heard their side. I want to give you a chance to share yours. Why? Here's the problem, people. This is what I mean about asking the right questions. This is what I mean about arriving at the appropriate answers, understanding where it is that you're going and what it is that you're looking for. This is what I want to share with you. When someone asks you about a situation in order to arrive at a solution, your side of the story doesn't matter. It doesn't. Their side of the story doesn't matter. See, we get caught up, people, in trying to hear everybody's side, that we lose focus on trying to hear the impact and the outcome of the behaviors, the impact and the outcome of the actions. We try so hard to figure out who's right or who's wrong that we don't ever figure out what is the impact. It doesn't matter who's right and who's wrong. If those people impacted, we are not taking a focus, or we're not taking the appropriate look at ensuring that this impact in this negative way does not continue. Does what I'm saying right now make sense to anyone? Do you understand why asking the right questions is so important? Because we do the same things in our lives. We set ourselves up because we ask questions. Are you asking questions to get the answer you're looking for? Or are you asking questions to get the answers you need? Are you asking questions to get clarity? Or are you asking questions to incite conflict, to get into an argument, to try to prove? Here's the thing. You can be right. You can be absolutely right in your position and in your stance. But if the reason you're asking questions is about proving you're right versus opening up the mindset and the conversation as to how we get here, right? As to the behaviors to help us achieve certain things, if we're not asking the right questions and we're not asking them for the right purpose, then we're just furthering conflict. We have to learn to ask the right questions. We have to learn to ask them in the right way for the right reasons. Because so many people walk around and they're like, man, how do I get where I'm going? What do I need to do? How do I find my purpose? And they can't find any answers because they're asking all the wrong questions. You're asking all the wrong people. How do I know what your destiny and your purpose is? How do I know what you should be working on? I spend a lot of time in training, leadership, management. All of it starts with an evaluation. There is zero things in science, right? There are zero things in science that start with the answer. And if they do, they are bombarded with questions to either validate or disprove the answer that they have. Science is about seeking an understanding. This thing does this. Why? I don't know. Let's figure it out. It's made of this stuff. True. Is this stuff in it? Don't know. Does it do this? Let's figure it out. How can it handle this? Don't know. Is it hot? Does it get cold? Can it conduct? All of these things are questions. And we have to figure out what the thing is before we can figure out how to use it. This goes with us as well as humans. We're humans, we're walking around out here in life, and we have all of these things going on with our life. We have all of these experiences that we're having in our life. We have all of these ways that we live. We have all of these things that we want to do, all of these things that we want to achieve, all of these things that we say we want to be a part of our life, but we don't know how to ask the questions to be able to figure out whether or not what we're doing is going to get us there. We don't know how to ask the questions to figure out whether or not the things that we're doing are going to be beneficial to us, whether or not the things we're doing are even taking us in the right direction. For many of us, we don't even know if we're asking questions for something we want to do or something someone has told us we want to do. Somewhere we want to be or somewhere we were told we want to be. It is cold. Those words are indeed true. So how do we handle it? How do we navigate it? How do we manage it? How do we become better? That's what we're going to do today. We're going to learn how to ask questions. We're going to learn how to figure out the questions we're asking and why we're asking them and why they are so important. Why we need to not avoid asking questions, especially the hard ones. And some of the most difficult questions to ever be asked are the questions you're going to ask yourself. The questions you're going to put to yourself, those questions that you've been avoiding, those questions that you know the answer to and you just don't want to say out loud. Those questions that are difficult, not to answer, but difficult to accept the answers to. Most things, when we ask questions, for most situations, the ball is going to end up back in our court. It's going to end up back in our court. This is why it's important, people, whenever we are out here in our lives and we're trying to develop growth, we're trying to develop discipline and arrive at a destination, it's very important for us to understand that the questions that we ask and the mindset that we have and the answers that we arrive at will be driven by our ability to accept the truth. Thank you for dropping in, guys. As always, when you check in, let me know where you're checking in from, what time of day it is where you are. We love it when you guys do that. If you haven't done it yet, please tap that like button. You can like, subscribe, and share. We're here today about questions. I want to take some. I want to take your questions. I want to see what questions you have. I want us to work on asking questions. I want us to be able to understand the importance and the strength of questioning. Questioning is not testing. That's one of the things that has always been a challenge for most people, is to believe that questioning is testing. It's not. Questioning, asking question is not about testing. It's about uncovering. It's about discovering. It's about awakening. It's about becoming aware. Please have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a part. Appreciate the participation, people. I appreciate the comments. As always, as you check in, people, remember, let me know where you're checking in from. Let me know what time of day it is where you are. I'm coming to you from Maryland. It is now 6:06 in the evening, people. It's been a wonderful day here on the East Coast. A little call for rain, a little call for snow. A bit of a no-show. But now we've gotten to the end of the day. As the sun is set, and calm falls over the area, let us once again rejoice. Hey there, everyone. How you doing? Appreciate everyone for being here, for being a part of the walk and talk. As I said earlier, we're going to talk about asking questions today. Nancy, how are you doing? Thank you for checking in. Thank you all for being here. So one of the keys to asking questions, one of the things that I learned early on in my training, this happened as a personal trainer, also some things that I worked on doing sales. For a long time, I was very adverse to sales. Did not want to participate in sales, be a salesperson, to have anything at all to do with sales. I thought salespeople were smarmy. I thought they lied. I thought everything they did was a scam. I'm old, so that made sense. But because so much of what has to do with sales is about helping people understand the value of things that they don't know the value of, it can feel that way. It can feel like a scam. It can feel like you're being taken advantage of. It can feel like you're being lied to. It can feel like everything is just something made up. It's just something else that's somebody's trying to sell me, something else someone's trying to convince me to buy. I'm a believer that they changed the name of it. They've made it about everything else. It's still the same thing. Oh, it's marketing. It's still the same thing. Marketing, no, marketing is what brings your eyes to it. Selling is somebody else's job. My job to market is to make it popular, to make everyone talk about it. Right, that's marketing. And that marketing aspect is to get people interested into it so that we can sell it to them. Right? So I market it well enough to make it interesting enough so that you'll buy into it. Asking the right questions are important, because when you ask the right question, you get to know your audience. I'm personally a born-again Christian, God-fearing child of God, and understanding that my time here is temporary and that I have a place in heaven next to the Father. Knowing that when my time here on earth is done, that my future, my afterlife is unimaginable. You can't put it in the pictures. You can't dream it up. You can't, nothing you ever seen will ever compare to what you'll see. I don't care how beautiful you make it. I don't care how beautiful you think celestial bodies are and how much AI and generation. The eyes cannot behold, so your brain could never imagine. Why is this relevant? It's relevant because our time here on this planet is limited. Because it's limited, our experience here is meant to be enjoyed. The biggest mistakes that we've made as humans have been made following faith. They have been made following faith because when people tell you that it is from God, that it is from the Creator, that it is from your religious leader, you are not allowed to question it. The moment someone tells you, don't question it, it came from God, you should immediately start asking questions. See, in the Christian faith, there is an understanding that historically, the relationship between God and his children had been torn, and it required a blood offering in order for there to be intercession for the sins of man on earth. It required for there to be a sacrifice just to redeem on a regular basis man back to God, because our nature is to sin. And then God gave up his son as the ultimate blood offering, sacrificed his son so that it provided for each one of us a direct line to God, a direct connection to Christ, a direct way of communicating. Why is this relevant? It's relevant because when someone tells you, God said, oh, God told me, they start spouting scriptures and banging tables and, I know, start hitting the rhythm on the organ. And they start telling you that you have to do these things. It's designed to do so because God leads in faith. Don't ask questions. Do what God said do. How you talking to God? I saw somebody on the other day and they said, which one would you rather have? $500 million? No, $500,000 or a 5-minute conversation with Christ. And the person says, everybody can have a 5-minute conversation with Christ. Where's your relationship at? Are you asking the right questions? Do you know how to ask the right questions? See, we have to start asking questions, tough questions. See, and the thing about tough questions is tough questions aren't meant to define. If somebody can't answer tough questions with you, if you can't sit down and ask and answer tough questions, you're doing yourself a disservice. You can't ask yourself a tough question, you're doing yourself a disservice. Do I deserve the things that I'm saying I'm deserving of? Yes. Why? Why do you deserve it? What have you done? What have you done for you? What have you committed to you? How much of your time have you committed to doing what you said you want to do? How much of your time have you given up? You're asking other people to give up their time. You've asked other people to give up their efforts, to give up their focus. You've asked other people to focus on you. How much time are you focusing on you? How much time are you sitting down to ask the question? Listen, I don't care what it is that you want to do. I don't know what it is that you want to do. But I tell you right now, if you're not asking questions about doing it, you're not going to get it done. How do you even do what it is you want to do? Is that the only way to do it? What other ways are there? Who else has done it? Do I have to do it that way? Can I start in a different place? Do I have to finish here? Is this really what I want to do? What is it that I like about this idea? Is it the money? Is it the actions? Is it the behavior? There's so many questions, so many questions, so many questions. Until we learn how to ask the right questions, we'll never arrive at the right answers. If we don't arrive at the right answers, we're going to find ourselves spinning our wheels, people. We have got to learn to do better. We've got to learn to challenge ourselves on a higher level. So one of the biggest lessons I learned in sales was that you have to ask questions, because the person asking the questions is the person who's controlling the conversation. Pearls to swine, people. See, you can ask a lot of questions of people. A lot of people can ask questions. But are you asking the right questions? Are you asking questions that you truly want answers to? Or are you just asking questions? Are you asking questions that are going to get you results and get you to the end or the expectation that you're looking for? Or are you just asking questions? What is it that you're trying to figure out? Where is it that you're trying to go? What is it that you're willing to do to get to where it is you say you want to go? Are you really, though? Are you really ready to do it? Are you really willing to do it? It's interesting, guys, because I come here and I share, and I want to share positivity. I want to share development and growth. I want to share discipline. I want to share all those things. I get Nancy, who stopped saying, I appreciate you, Nancy, for being here. This is wonderful. I get Bruce, who stopped in earlier. I don't get a lot of people in the stream, but it's always interesting to me, people, and it happens a lot, that your haters will find a lot to say. The people who hate you, the people who want to see you do bad, Because there's a belief that there's the ability to do better by helping others do bad, to push yourself up by pushing others down. And this is what I mean about asking questions, is what is it you're trying to achieve? What is it you're trying to do? What is it that you're looking for? So I'm at this sales seminar. This is when I was a personal trainer. We're having a conversation, and this woman she's selling this stuff. Oh, it was some horrible stuff. Oh, it's got beta-carotene 14. It's got criglutamate. It's got, man, you talking about, I mean, this stuff, it was dirt and sockland. It was bad. It was bad. But she was selling it. She was like, this is what you need. You have to have this. This is what's going to make you healthy. This is what's going to help you heal, help you recover. And she was selling this stuff. And I'm standing there, and I'm early in the fitness game. And I'm like, that's not how that works. I knew enough to know that what she was saying was wrong. I'm like, that's not how that works. Maybe about 3 or 4 of us there. It was her, a couple of young trainers that she was trying to get convinced to get the product. And I'm like, no, that's not how that works. I'm like, no, those are micronutrients. They don't work in that way. That's not the impact that you're looking for. No, that's not how the body recovers. The mixture that you're talking about, when taken in without being appropriate, like the body's not going to break it down because it's not soluble. Then, like, I knew the answers to all of the things that she was saying that were nonsense. Here's what she started doing: asking me questions. Not to get answers. Just asking questions to get me to talk about what she wanted to talk about. Do you know how many gallons of water the body actually has in it? What percentage of your blood is actual H2O? Do you know how that breaks down when it mixes with blah, blah, blah? Do you know how this, that is this? No, but what I'm saying, so you don't know what that is. So how are you going to say that, like, just the biggest, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, yo, you are so wrong. One of the guys ended up buying a package from her. It's a scam. It's horrible stuff. It was horrible just in the pitch, but then he bought like the package, and it's a multi-level marketing thing that it's not even about the nutrients. Her whole goal was get you to buy the package, and then once you buy the package, you get your clients to buy packages, not for themselves, but for others. And so they could buy in bulk, and if they bought in bulk, they could then sell it to other people after they start using it, and it would pay for what they wanted to use for themselves. And so it was cups of dirt that they were trying to convince other people to purchase. Buy my dirt. It was a buy my dirt scam. And the interesting thing about it was that people bought into it. They didn't buy into it out of belief. They didn't buy into it out of proven results. They bought into it because she had asked the right questions and created enough doubt, enough confusion to be able to get her point across. The thing that it taught me at that time is that you have to ask questions to see where people are. Scammers don't allow for you to answer. People who want to take advantage of you don't want to hear your answers. I don't have to scam you on anything because it doesn't matter to me what it is you want. It matters to you what you want. It matters to me if you're prepared to do what is necessary to get it. A lot of people talk about it. A lot of people talk about doing what's necessary. A lot of people contemplate making the sacrifices and doing the work, breaking the mold, and investing in what's necessary to achieve their goals. And it's talk. It's a lot of talk. It's a lot of self-talk. It's a lot of glorification, but no actual work, because they don't want to answer the questions that are the questions. Sometimes it's one question: are you going to get up? I'm going to start working out. Okay, are you going to get up? Yes, get up then. I'm going to start saving and investing money. Are you? Yes, then do it. Well, I'm going to wait until after. No, what you waiting for? You got $5 right now, move it. See, when we ask questions and we get answers, those answers are not decisions, they're choices. It's not a decision until you take an action on it. And a lot of us have chosen to do something, but decided to be something else. We've chosen to do something based on our words, based on our thoughts, based on what others have said, but we've decided to do something else based on our behaviors and our actions in that moment. That's a decision. You know what decisions are. You know when you're making one. You know when the decision's on you. I chose to have chicken tonight. I ate steak. That's what you decided. You decided to have steak. No, I decided on chicken. No. No, chicken was an option. You chose chicken, you ate steak. That's your decision. Your decision is that behavior. We have to accept that those behaviors, those actual actions, those things that we actually do are our decisions. We have to start asking ourselves the tough questions about whether or not this is something we're going to continue to do. Am I going to continue to ask myself questions? Am I going to continue to let myself down? Am I going to continue to blame others for the actions that I've refused to take, that I've failed to take? Or am I going to take this on for myself and do what needs to be done? We all come out here. We all come out here on a daily basis to live our life, do the things that need to be done for our life. We got to start asking those tough questions, guys. We got to start asking those questions that lead to answers, that lead to results. I want to thank you guys for being here. It's been a pleasure having you on. Please, guys, if you haven't done so yet, please like, subscribe, and share. It's always great to have people participate, be a part of the process. I appreciate what you do, people. Thank you for being a part. Thank you so much for considering this channel. As I always say, discipline's got 4 pillars, people. Discipline is going to always be about repetition, patience, consistency, and perseverance. RPCP, people. Once we start to learn to follow through in that way, understanding that you cannot become proficient at something to which you do not have the skills and the knowledge to do so, you can't perform consistently at it. Once we understand that, it's going to make us easier to start to perform and to live that way. It takes time. It takes a focus. It takes us being focused on us. I want to thank you guys for being here, being a part. I know, as always, this evening is starting to get late, guys. It is now 6:30. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you sharing and walking with me. I know many people have other things that they need to do, need to get to, places to go. I want you guys to continue on with your evening. Remember what we're talking about today, people, is asking questions. How to ask questions, what questions to ask, and in what way. How many of us are prepared to ask and answer the tough questions today? Have we come prepared to do so? Have we come prepared to face the reality of where we are, understand where we're going, and take on the challenge of asking and answering the questions about our own existence and the direction that we're going. I'm out here tonight, man. I'm normally out here early in the morning before there's traffic. I'm out here tonight like I'm trying to get run over. Where y'all at, guys? Thank you again for checking in, for being a part on this walk and talk. As you know, guys, you gotta make it by making it, right? You gotta take the steps. You gotta do the things, man. Up here in Maryland, it's kind of chilly today. It's not kind of chilly, people. It's cold. It is so cold out here today. But thank you for being here. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what's going on with you guys today, guys. How are you guys doing today? How have you been? What have you been up to? Whew, people. It's a good evening indeed. It's kind of cold. I want to thank you guys for continuing to join. As you know, the membership tiers are now open. We will be having, our membership tiers will be having private question and answer sessions, in-depth talks about development, wealth, funding, building a legacy. Today, though, we're talking about asking questions. And how do we ask the questions? What's the best way to ask the questions? And what should we be asking questions about? In theory, question asking is easy. You just who, what, when, where, why. In reality, question asking requires some thought, requires effort, people. So how have you guys been today? Talk to me. Share with me what's on your mind. What are you guys working on? What's important? This evening's walk and talk. It is now 6:34, people, in the evening. Many people heading home for the day. Out on the West Coast, it's just past lunch. Y'all still in the sunshine. It's good.